Hello, my friends. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. This is Tanya Sidegigcrafts. Guys, if you have been hanging out here for a couple last few days, and I appreciate you if you have, welcome to our new subscribers, our new family members here, and welcome back to those who've been here for a while. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope that you will be inspired to create when you come visit the page, and I hope that you feel at home because you are my friends and my family. Love y'all. So I wanted to say, if you've been here the last few days, you may have seen me playing with these digital kit from Tracy Fox, and talking about the journal that I wanted to make with it. And today I decided, let's go ahead and start it. I'm going to use this old book that was that I got from a antique or vintage 1893 is the date on here. It is in another language. We are going to use this book cover and probably some of the pages, because I always feel like I want to use some of the pages from the original book when I use the book. But we're going to be using the digitals as the pages of this journal, and we're going to get started on it. This is going to be the inside of the journal, this beautiful fabric that I got. This is from Brother Sister Design Studio. I think I got this at Walmart, and I loved it, and I thought it would be really beautiful with the digital kit. So it's a little bit different, but it carries a lot of the same colors, the oranges and the blues and anyways, let's do it. Let's get started with that. I'm going to show you how I take the book apart, and so that we can use it to make the journal. With these books, you'll see that they are attached in here in the spine, obviously, and usually you can take your little X-Acto knife and just cut this paper carefully down the seam here, and it will usually come apart pretty easily. There's a stitch right there. Especially one this old, it's going to break apart pretty easily. And I'm okay if I cut the spine a little bit, because we're going to have to extend it anyway. So I'm okay with that. So that's what it looks like on the inside. Look, they used some old paper there to bind it. Isn't that cool? The history there, man. Okay, and so we're going to go back to the back side. Now this side should be pretty easy. And some of these pages are, oh, what is this? It's like there are a couple cartoons of some sort in here that somebody put in there. Those weren't even pages. Those are just something that somebody put in. How interesting is that? I wonder what they say. I don't know. All right, let's just do the same thing here. Might need a little enticing. Come on. Little surgical cuts. There we go. All right, and we can just lift that out. Pretty simple, right? All right, so this is what we've got. We do have this. I do want to save this spine because I'd like to use it. And if I decide not to use it on this book, which I probably will, then I'll use it on another. But what I want to do is I'm on a glass mat, so I can just run this knife right here carefully through that fold, and it just kind of did its thing there. Let's do it again. There we go. All right. So I think I'm going to leave that a little tattered. I'm okay with that. This one too. It's going to be a little tattered. That's just fine. And then this one as well. Perfect. Okay, now I think I'm going to want this journal. Is there an up and down? There's no printing on these, so it doesn't matter which way is up and down. So that's a good thing, because then I can't get it wrong. This one is going to go there. Perhaps. Okay, here's my thought. We have to make this strong. So I'm going to use this Tyvek envelope, which is just about the right size. Darn, it's a little bit short. I wonder if I care. Do I care if it's a little bit short? I don't think I do. And I'm meaning this way because let me think a second. Trying to think what it's going to look like if it's shorter or taller than the, because I can use it this way too. So I can cut it to the exact size, which I should probably do. I think I'll like that better. So this is actually, I think this is, I gotta stop saying actually. This is 8.5 inches tall. So let's get this out and we will trim this to 8.5 inches. First, I'm going to cut it by, I think if we do 4.5 inches, it will be fine. Then I can still use this piece and not have to cut it just yet. So 8.5. I'm going to go just shy of 8.5. Okay, I don't need that piece. All right, so my thought is I will glue it here. We're going to put some fabric on it first, and then we'll glue it all the way across so it will support all of this. See, now it does matter which way I go because this has some writing on it. That way, we will have this as our spine in between here, and it will actually show, stop it with the actually, it will show the fabric in between, and I think I really like that. I'll probably we'll put a piece of cardstock, I think, underneath the other side to help support it more and make it more of a spine. So let's find a piece of cardstock about that size. I don't care how thick or thin it is. I don't even care if it's got a pattern on it. Let's use, should we use this? I mean, it's sitting right here, so why not? Actually, I don't want that. I want some more of the craft paper. Something a little sturdier. Probably like this. This is actually chipboard. I said it again, didn't I? You guys, this could be a drinking game or something. Every time I say actually. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, do I want it 3 inches? No, probably not. 2 would probably be plenty wide. I don't need too many signatures. Let's go with 2. Did that work? Sure it did. All right, 2, and then how tall was it? 8.5? Does that work? Yep. All right, there won't be a lot of fabric in between there, but just a little bit, just a little hint. And I can go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and glue that down, and then I'll flip the Tyvek over. I just want to space it just right. Just right. You guys, I think I finally figured out the memory problem on my phone. If you're having issues with memory on your phone and you can't figure out why it's filling up and filling up and filling up, and you use YouTube a lot, so apparently you got to clean out that cache. And the only way to do that is to delete the entire app from your phone and then reinstall it, and it will fix it. That's what happened. I actually There it is again. I cleared up 20 gigabytes from my phone just by doing that. I had so much on there. So I had to clear the cache. I had to delete it and reinstall. It worked. It totally worked. Okay, so I don't think this matters, but I'm going to glue that down just so I don't have to worry about it. Tyvek is our friend. You can get these envelopes, you know, when you shop and stuff. And I should have put that more towards the center, but I didn't realize it. And so here we are. Now, we're going to put a piece of that fabric over this side, so that will be showing. Okay, and there it is. Look at all the beautiful butterflies. I just love this stuff. I have all these things I've been trying to start and haven't, so this is a great way to get this going. Add it into rotation, right? Tear that selvage edge. Toss it, because I don't save the selvage edges. Do you guys save them? Do you find other projects for them? I do not. I'm just going to do this here. I think it'll be okay. Okay, and then ooh. So here's something I didn't think about. If I cut that, I'm going to have Tyvek showing. How about if I do it this way instead? I think I can go this way, yep, and it'll lap over, and that'll be perfect. Let's do that. That's going to work better. And if not, we'll fix it. We'll find a way. I do have one that I put together recently, guys, that I've got to fix, and I've got to... Oh, I know why I didn't do it that way. Okay. I'm not going to be able to do it that way. I am going to need to... I'm going to fold this over, but I'm going to kind of do it a little bit different than that, because my spine is not centered on here. That will be a problem when I go to put it in the book. So I can't really do it that way, I think. And if I'm wrong, well, then I'm wrong. All right, let's put this down. Could have put some tape down there to hold it still. That would have been a great idea. But this is working out fine. It's all sticky enough. Okay. So remember, this part goes in the middle because I don't want it on the outside to show. So next, I'll figure out where those folds are. How am I going to do that? How am I going to do that? Because I got to line this up just right. Because we need just a bit of space in between to give it room, right? So I'm probably making this harder than it needs to be. I'll probably come back and think later, oh, I should have done it this way. That would have been easy enough. right, so let's pull that tape off. But this is what we do here. We do real life, real time. Got to figure it out. We only learn by trying. Okay, so that's where my fold is. I'm going to just kind of press it in there. Hopefully I can see it a little bit on this side. And we're going to go almost to that. And then we'll just lay it flat, kind of lining up those back edges there. And it's okay if it's not right up against it. We want space to be able to fold that, so it won't be damaged. Okay, let's do the same thing on this side. Kind of fold it. And again, these are not even, so it's going to be, it'll be okay. If your fabric is directional, you want to pay attention to that, of course. Mine is not really, so it'll be just great. Oh, yes, I like it. So that's going to be our spine. Now we have some options. I'm going to glue that and make it more solid, but I just wanted to see what it would look like. Let's trim some of that off. I don't mind if a little bit's on there because I want it to be a little bit choppy and rustic. We have the option of putting this back on here, but we don't have to. So we could do it something like that if we want to. If I do decide to do that, it'll probably be after I sew the signatures in so that I can cover the strings. But that's an option. I don't know. I don't know that I want to do that. I kind of like that. Or I might do something different still. But I kind of like the way it is. So maybe we'll just leave that alone. Now let's go ahead and glue this down. Because even though it's taped, we don't expect that to hold forever. We do want our book to last, and we'll glue that. And on this side, oh, this one's actually stuck down pretty good. Don't really have to add anything there. Okay, then we're going to put a piece of fabric over this whole piece. So we could just put it here and leave these, or put digitals there. Would be beautiful too. But I'm thinking we've got the fabric, we might as well just do the whole thing. Don't you think so? I like it. Let's do that. Is that right? That's awesome. Okay, and then we'll cut it here at the bottom. I don't know if this will tear this direction. We'll see. Oh, it is. That's fantastic. Okay, that's great. That should fit perfectly. And it does. So we're going to put some tape down to hold it in place while it glues. Okay, okay. I like it. You know what would be cute? We could totally put this here and then use like maybe some rickrack or trim or something to come out from behind here. Like a crochet. Ooh, like this maybe. Something like this would be pretty. Something like that would be really nice. I like it. Now, again, I'll probably do that after, if I decide to do that, which I just might. It'll probably be after I sew everything in there. So I'm going to put that up here. Now, why that one? I don't know. It just looks pretty. And it's sitting right there. And I thought, that's gorgeous. This would be pretty too, but I think I like that one. This is a hot mess. Okay. It's sticking to my fingers now too. Okay. All right, back to where we were. I must have saw a squirrel. And let's do this. Okay. Just go all the way across here. And across the bottom. Well, it's not the bottom actually, it's the side, but when I turn it, it's the bottom, isn't it? Then this way. And this way. Okay, and then we need to go in the seams. Make sure we're holding down in the seams. We put glue there too, no worries. And let's go ahead and put it there. And once again, this is just going to hold things down while it's gluing. This is not our permanent forever sticky, because tape is probably not the most reliable when it comes to permanence. No matter what tape you get. It's always good to have backup, right? And I like to go one more time. Let's go this way. I like to do these diagonally too. That's a lot of tape, I know. But you know what? I want to make sure it stays. We want a good, sturdy, beautiful book. Ooh, there we go. I feel like I got a workout there. Okay. Oh, what happened here? Those are too long. Got a long one down here too. How did I do that? And here. Silly. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start on one side and work to the... Actually, no, we're not. We're going to pull all the sticky off. Because that way I don't have to go back and do it. So it'll take just a second. When I say second, I mean minutes. Won't be too long. Are you guys crafting today? I hope you're crafting with me. I love to hear when you guys are crafting with me. Let me know in the comments what you're making, if you're crafting along. Love to hear it. I always love to hear from you guys in the comments. I do answer every single comment. I don't have a team or secretary or anybody that does it for me. It's me, just me. Just little me, and I do love it. Even if it's just to say, hey, howdy. And did you know that when you comment on somebody, on one of your favorite, on any of your favorite creators' videos, it actually helps their channel out. It's a free way to help them out. So thank you to those who regularly do that. I absolutely love it. And it helps me, you know, keep in touch with you guys. I know what's going on. Because you're real people. I'm real people. And it's nice to keep in touch. There we go. Good grief. That was a lot of tape, wasn't it? All right. We're almost there. This is the last one. I think this is the last one, guys. Then I'm going to put some glue all over the place. All right, there's the tape. Glue. Glue time. Glue time. Glue time. All right. We're going to go right up to the edge as well. Just kind of slather that on. You want to be careful with your glue. If you know it's going to show through your fabric, be careful with that because you don't want it to stain your fabric. Some glues do. This one doesn't usually. This is Barely Arts glue. I love this glue. Sometimes it has, but not usually. And if you want a clean look to your journal, you don't want a grungy look at all, you want to be really cautious about that. Test it first. If mine turns out a little bit grungy, I'm good with it because that's my style. But if you don't like that style, you definitely want to test your product before you go crazy like I just did. I don't think there's no up or down on my fabric, so we're just going to kind of start placing this gently before it sticks down to the tape. Make sure that it's where I want it. I can kind of stretch this flat and then start pressing down. And then once that's connected, I can start pulling this way, get those wrinkles out. And then this way, get those wrinkles out and then press down. If you want your frayed edges out, make sure that they're not tucked underneath because you don't want to glue them underneath if they're supposed to be sticking out. I do like the frayed edges. You could also, if you wanted a sewn look around this, I could have glued this to a piece of paper and sewn around it before gluing it onto the book. That's also a very pretty look. I didn't necessarily think about that, and I don't think I want it, so I'm good to go. So now we're just going to press this down really, really well. Make sure that it's connected, that glue is spread underneath, stuck to the paper and the tape. Make sure we get into those creases for our folds. Remember, we put tape and glue there, so we want to make sure that it's connecting. That spine is really important in this project. Super duper important in this project. We don't want that to lift. Okay. I wish I would have pulled that up just a little bit, but it's okay. Look at that. We have our cover. Oh, it's so pretty. We have our cover just like that. Now I'm looking here and I want to put, this is where we can go in and make some corrections if needed. This one wasn't glued down too great on the front, so we'll just kind of go that way. Make sure that it's all connected really, really well. That was a side look. This side looks a little better. It's lifting a little here. All right, this is going to be so beautiful. All right, so I'm going to put this aside for now. And we're going to pull the sheets that are going to be pages out of this collection. Now some of these are, I'm going to have to put this over here so I don't get something sticky on it. I'll switch sides there, because I need to know kind of how many pages I've got. That one definitely. That's ephemera. I think I printed some of these the wrong direction. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe some of these are for travel journal. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I love it. Okay, so those are ephemera. Those are some pockets, tags, and extra butterflies. I wish I realized I had yesterday, but I think I can always go back and use those. Ooh, more cut aparts. Awesome. I didn't realize those were in there. I mean, I probably knew once. See, this is what I was more looking for. So I think you can print it either way. If you print it this, I mean, yeah, I just, you know, or maybe they're just for different size journals kind of thing. But these are the sizes I really want, because I think these are the wider ones. But I can use them all. They don't have to all be the same size. But if I use the wider ones, then I can use the smaller ones on something else. 1, 2, 3, that's nice. Okay, and then I've got this one. Let me see if I've got... These are the smaller. The squares, there's squares and rectangle, square, square. Okay, so the rectangles are the ones I want right now. And they are gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, so my thing is, when I fold this in half, where will it land in this book? Meaning, how much do I need to cut? Because I want to cut all of the white off around it. But is that going to work? So my book is a little bit tall. If I cut the white all around it, then my page is going to be a little bit short. Isn't it? Because those are exactly right. So I can do it here, but I don't think I can here. So my question is, what am I going to do to the tops and bottoms of the pages? I think I'm going to ink them. I know that sounds probably a little crazy, but I think I'm going to ink them all on the tops and the bottoms. So I'm going to fold these up. And I'm going to trim the edges off the side so that they're not too wide. And then I'm going to try the inking. Let's see how it turns out. It's worth a shot. I think we could just do like a coffee dye color. Would be pretty. Something just to tone it down. I don't think I mind the white so much. It just needs to tone down a little bit. Just one, please. There we go. Although it'd be pretty to do that one like in blue. Maybe I'll pick a color on the page and just do it that color. That would be kind of nice too, right? Of course, the brown goes with everything. I won't bore you with doing that through all of them, but I'm going to show you. Let's do at least one together so we'll know how it turns out. And that way I can show you what I'm thinking. Thinking this will probably be a 2 signature book. I think 3 might be too many. Let's go ahead and put these aside and see. We'll trim this side up a little bit. Get the white off of the edge. Okay, so that should be the right width. Am I right? Let's see. Yep, barely. I think I'm going to take just a sliver more off of there. Just a sliver. We're going to leave, actually, you know what, I can still take just a little bit off of here. All right, that takes it back a little bit. Now let's see what inking looks like. And if that works, then I'll do the rest off camera, and then we'll come back and play a little bit longer. So my thought is, let's take my brown brush and let's use Vintage Photo. Would probably be dark enough. I'm not trying to sass it up or make it look crazy brown, but it might just kind of work for me. Just to tone it back a little. Actually put a little bit too much on there, but helps at least. Another option was just find a book that would be, you know, fit a little bit better. Or you could glue these or onto different papers, you know, just the image that would fit a little bit better. But I think this is going to be just fine. That'll just make it look a little more aged. And I think I'm going to go around the edges this way too, just to catch those white edges. Nothing crazy. All right, do we like this better? I think so. I think that'll work just fine. I think it'll work. Now, we do have white pages. We are going to have that, but at least it's not bold sticking out straight at you. So I'm going to do that to all of my pages that are like this, and I'm going to come back and we'll keep going. See you in a minute. All right, my loves. So here we are. I have got my signatures actually put together. I'm going to show you those in a minute, but I already pinned them. So make it easier. We're going to go ahead and sew these in. I've only got 2, so it won't take too long. It'll be pretty darn quick. Our book is really filling up. Some of these pages stick out further than others. I'm great with that. I love the look of that. So it's coming along. We're doing great. Okay. First thing first, I'm going to pull this one out. We're just going to work with the first one first. First things first. First one first. Now this is actually a template that I made. Ha! Look at that. It's just about the right size. If I line it up at the bottom on both of them, I think we can make this work. So let's do it. Let's do it. Put that there. And then I think that I want to do, should we do this? No, let's do a dark. Should we do black? Should we do black? Since it's black, or should we do, kind of thinking maybe this one would be better. Let's do this one. I like the black, but let's just do this one instead. All right, pull a bunch of this. Should be plenty. Oh, I'm gonna need my awl. This kit that I bought, it came with needles and awl, some threads. I have replaced the threads. I think I've used most of them already. It's right here. And I got it on Amazon. It was very inexpensive. So you can just put bookbinding kit in your Amazon search, and you will come up with something that you will be able to use. I'm going to go ahead and poke through my book here. I'm going to start right here. And I'm just going to use this template that I already made because it would make it really easy since it's already done. I don't always do that, do I? Usually I just eyeball, but heck, let's make it easier on myself. Usually I don't clip it either. But you know what? It's okay. This might do as well. All right, I am going to look here. Now I've got 2 signatures, so I want to put, I almost put in 3, but I think that 2 is going to suit us just fine. Kind of go, make sure that this is kind of straight as I can. In fact, if I put this fold in the fold there, then I can just go this way. And then I can do the same thing on this one and put this one in the fold here, which will put me in the right spot. And this is lined up at the bottom, so this should be correct right here. Boom. Make sure that's still straight. It is. So we'll poke a hole in that one. Ugh. And then if those 2 are lined up, this one should be lined up too. So we'll just poke a hole in that one. Ouch, don't poke your finger on the other side. That's the rule, don't poke your finger. All right, this one goes this way. Lining up at the bottom is what we did before. So we'll poke here in the middle. And we'll line that up again. Make sure that it's correct. And there are holders They're kind of like taco holders that hold your everything in place when you do this, but I don't have one of those, and I haven't thought to get one because I do junk journals and I don't expect perfection, and I don't need more tools hanging out in my craft room. If I could make it work without it, I'm in better shape. Okay, so, oh, let's not forget the second signature. There's signature 1. There's signature 2. I put it over here for safekeeping. So we will do the same thing here. Line it up at the bottom. Poke a hole there. In the middle. Don't poke my fingers or my hand. These things are sharp. Goodness. It's a lot of paper too. Now, because I'm using the same template, they should all match up when I will put them together. And then one last one right up here. There we go. The template can go put away. We've got our threaded needle. We're going to put this one at the front. Now, I can't see it. I think right there, and right there. So we're going to go first in the middle, right here. And we'll go through that center hole. Should be right about, oops, right there. I see it. Bring us through. Then we're going to go to the top. I can see the hole there. If you've never done this, it's pretty easy, guys. You can do it, I promise. And then we'll go through the hole right here at the top of the signature. And because I haven't clipped, it'll just go real easy right through there. And then we're going to skip, keep that tail on there because you're going to need that. We're going to skip over that one, that hole, and go back down to the bottom hole. Right through there. And then we're going to find that hole here at the bottom. Make sure we're in our same set of holes there. Okay, this is what we got outside, on the outside of it. This one is, and then we're going to go all the way, okay. We're going to go all the way back up to this middle one, and we're going to go through here. Now we want to make sure that we don't go through that thread because we need to be able to slide it. And if you accidentally sew through that thread, you will not be able to tighten your signature. Ah, that's not going through right. What happened? It's going to the side. How weird is that? Okay, it should be easy because it's a hole I poked. All right, it looks like we did okay there. And then we're going to go back through the signature here. Again, don't go through that thread because you won't be able to pull it tight. Now, you're going to have 2 threads here. And of course, you've got the middle one. You want 1 thread on each side. And you should be able to pull that tight. Okay. Make sure it's tight on the outside, nice and firm. Tie it on the inside. And then we're going to tie this in a knot. And that holds everything in place. Now you could leave these long, you could cut them short. I like to tie them in a bow so that if somebody gets this and wants to add some charms on there, they can. Or maybe I'll find some charms to put on there. However you want to do it. There's no option if you cut them all off, so you don't want to do that. Okay, let's do the second one. Let's do it one more time. That was pretty quick and easy, wasn't it? Give myself a little more thread to work with this time. This is waxed thread, but you can use embroidery floss. You can use just about anything really. You want to make sure it's strong. We're going to go in the middle. I do like the waxed thread the best. It is what they use for bookbinding most of the time. It slides better through the papers. It's sturdy. It's very strong. And it's going to get the job done. So through the middle up to the top. Pull this back through here. Okay, and then we want to make sure you keep your tail inside so you have something to tie to. Go back in through the hole in your signature. Man, I might clip these all the time. This made it really, really easy. And then through the bottom, out the bottom. Okay, then we're going to go back through the middle. This is the hardest part, is getting back through that middle hole without catching that other string. I think that's always the hardest part. Ugh. There we go. And I've messed it up more than once. And I think I might have messed it up here too. Let's see if I can. Yeah, I did. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that I don't pull that through. So let's fix that. Just pull it back out. Let's try it again. When I caught the straight, you can't pull it tight when you do that because you're sewing through it. So it won't move. Maybe that's better. Did that work? I'm not sure. Let's pull it all the way through and see. Let's see if I got it right. Let's pull it tight. As long as that's tight and the outside is tight, we're good to go. Okay. So let's tuck one of them back under here. So we're tying our knot over that middle thread. And that holds it in place. That was quick and easy. All right, so we'll cut those tails off. Let's remove our clips and I'll show you the signature pages that I used. I'm gonna put my needle away before I lose it. That is something I am really good at, is losing stuff. All right, one of my goals is to be better about that. Not lose all the things. Okay, so there we go. We've got 2 signatures. Let's look at it. I used, you know about these pages. Obviously, I really like the way it's stained up. And then we'll be decorating some of these. I used some handcrafted paper, some recipe pages, some vintage recipe pages. I've used some ledger papers, some book pages. This is an empty book page. And some vintage journal from 1928. This page was in a ledger book. This is in a storybook, or not a storybook. It was actually a plant book, but it's in another language. I think it's German, but I'm not certain. And then there's some ledger here, some vellum, butterflies, some stationery, recipes, more digitals, some music paper, some scrapbook paper. I went through my scrap box and found some things. There's some more, some writing paper, some ledger, some music, stationery. There's the middle of that one. So we'll just flip through quickly. So we've got textures in here. We've got colors in here. We've got different handwriting in here. Lots of things, lots of different papers, different paper styles, different eras. I love the textures. Some beautiful butterflies, some artwork. And then the second signature, and I kind of like how this lays out because when you're writing, it'll be nice because you can just flip it open and it'll lay flat. That's kind of a nice thing. Oops. And I just use the same papers in here on this side. There's some book pages. This one's a little bit different. There's a couple odds and ends. Like there's vellum in the one, and then this book page is in the one. There's a few different things, but for the most part, it's pretty consistent throughout. There's an old ad. Cardstock. Some painty papers that I thought looked pretty in there. Page, digitals. There's some coffee dyed paper. Need to make some more. There we go. So obviously there's going to be a lot of work to do in this one. Lots of stenciling and adding to these white pages, stamping, making it beautiful, making it unique, and definitely making it usable for whoever gets this beautiful, beautiful collection of papers for their journal. I think it's going to be amazing. So I hope you enjoyed this little venture, and I hope that you will subscribe, like and subscribe, and join me for more. You know what? Before we do all that, let's put the binding on here. I think we were going to put this. Will this fit? It will. I think I do want to put that there. Let's put this on there real quick, guys, before we close for the day. Let's put it on. I think I'm going to use my glue gun. I was thinking I was done, but let's do this. Let's finish it. I mean, we might as well finish putting it together at least. We're obviously not going to finish the book, but you know, we can put it together. So let's cut, while that's getting warm, let's cut this to the length of that. And then we're going to need to double it because I want it on both sides, or no. Need 2 pieces that long. So right about there. I'm going to just put this right over that stitching, I think. And then this will go over the middle. And then what I'll do is probably, what's etymology? What is that the study of? I'm going to have to look that up. But if that's something that I don't want there, I'll put a charm or something here over that. If I knew that I had a vintage butterfly, I might put that there, but I don't think I do. Start gluing that there. Make sure that goes all the way to the top. Very good, very good. We'll do the same thing right over here. There we go. Trim that up. I'm going to Google this really quick. What is it? What is it? Etymology definition. That is the study of the origin of words and the way in which their meanings have changed throughout history. So we don't need, well, actually, I don't mind that there. That's because it's going to be full of words, right? I kind of like it. So let's go ahead and glue this down. Ooh. Come on, glue. Oh man, I don't want to have to put a new glue stick in here in the middle. That's not cool. This is all going to be cold by then. Oh, it's still hot. All right, quick. Etymology. Words. Study of words. I do like that. Minus the extra string of glue. All right, you guys, there it is. There she is. This is really cool. I really like it. I like that the fabric shows here, and that's going to be what's on the inside. I love the papers. I love the mixture of papers, the combination, and I really like this spine on here. So I hope you guys like it too. Thank you for watching. Hang out with me next time. I hope you'll join me, and if you haven't already joined the YouTube family, I hope that you will consider that. And thanks so much for being here. Love y'all. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.